Tropical Storm Melissa is headed this way. We have all the information and updates for you on this edition of All Angles. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. Joining me in studio, we have Richard Thompson. He's Acting Director General at ODPEM, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. Stephen Shaw is here, the Manager of Communication and Customer Service at the National Works Agency. Later on in the program, we're going to be hearing from the mayors of St. Anne's Bay, Port Maria, Falmouth, and we're also going to be hearing from the KSAMC. And remember, you can WhatsApp all throughout the program your questions or comments. Our WhatsApp line 876-254-0693. 876-254-0693. Give us your first name, give us your general location. First though, with the very latest on Tropical Storm Maria, here's our in-house meteorologist, Romaine Robinson. Well, I tell you what, we're going to go to Romaine in just a little bit, but before that, let me start with Richard Thompson. Are we prepared?
The long-standing question.
Long-standing question.
We are prepared to a point in terms of our...
To a point? I don't like how that sounds.
When you look at our national processes, we are very sound in terms of what we're doing. We have been doing a lot of planning meetings we have been monitoring the system since last week. So with all those systems, doing our checks, looking at the gaps, shoring up those gaps, a very large meeting yesterday in terms of the parishes, the National Emergency Response Team to look at where we are, and also in looking at the preparedness measures. I would say we are in good stead going into the weekend. We had a meeting that includes the 14 parishes and also the Portmore City Municipality, National Works Agency, JDF Police, Ministry of Health, to name a few. We had roughly in excess of 30 agencies in that preparedness meeting.
Right, I'm going to ask you to hold on because I want to come back and find out more about that. But let me just go to Stephen Shaw and ask you the same question. Are we ready?
We are as prepared as we can be in the circumstances. We have done our first and second rounds of mitigation work from June up to this point. We have done significant work in terms of our infrastructure through major projects. The SGP is one of them. We are executing works under Spark. We have done work under the Capital Expenditure Program, and we have received funding to do works under different Capital A programs. So we are as prepared as we can be, given what we know. And we also know that there are areas, Dion, that are susceptible to flooding, they are susceptible to landslides, and we have to prepare our officers on the ground to treat with those areas if and when they happen.
Hold that for me. I'm going to come back to that and have some questions on that. But let's now go to Romaine. Romaine, one of the things we've been hearing is that this Tropical Storm Maria is likely to be a rainmaker. Now, in law, when you talk about rainmaker, you talk about people who are bringing a whole heap of money. I suspect that's not what we're talking about here. Explain for me.
Well, we are considering the system a rainmaker because of its very slow movement. It's currently moving at about 2 kilometers per hour. We're not expecting any significant increase in speed as the system moves through the region and south of the island. We're not expecting it to be out of the Jamaica area anytime before about next week, Monday. So all those clouds are expected to be lingering in the Jamaica area. We're expecting to see.
All right, hold on one moment for me. Let me go back to the speed. When you said it's moving at about 2 kilometers per hour?
Yes, that's the forward speed, not the speed of the winds.
All right, give us a kind of comparison to, for instance, something else we've seen and how that compares. Gustav?
Yeah, Gustav
raced towards us?
No. It was very slow.
Go ahead, Romaine.
Yeah, Gustav was one of those slower moving systems, but most persons would remember Beryl from last year.
Right.
And Beryl was moving at about, when it passed Jamaica, it was moving at about between 20 and 22 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
And that rainfall lasted about what was essentially 24 hours. So if you slow all that down, it's basically the entire weekend and into next week that we are expected to be seeing clouds lingering through the area, showers, thunderstorms across the Jamaica region.
And the storm is carrying a lot of moisture with it?
Yes, it is. There are very heavy showers and thunderstorms. We did also see some reports of flooding in the southern portion of the axis of the trough that extends from the system, affecting sections
Romain,
of
talk English.
affecting sections of Colombia. So we did see that we do have evidence that there is strong showers and flooding that are potential from the system.
Okay. Now, one of the things we tend to fixate on is a storm or a hurricane going to hit us? Is it going to hit us? Is the eye going to hit us? Is that as important in this case?
It is, because based on the track of the system, there is the likelihood that the eye or the center of the system is as far away from the coast, the southern coast of Jamaica, as much as about 200 kilometers per hour. But when this is likely to be happening, the system could be a hurricane. It could be a major hurricane before it passes west of Jamaica. So we are going to be continuing to monitor just what will happen with the system as it moves south across the open waters of the Caribbean.
But even if it doesn't hit us, meaning the eye making landfall, we're still likely to be very badly affected by the rain. Is that's what I'm trying to understand?
Yes, particularly because of the slow movement, one, and particularly two, because of the broad area of clouds around the system.
What kind of rain, how much rain are we looking at possibly?
Well, the projections are changing. Initially, we had suggested that the rainfall amounts would be between about 10 and 15 millimeters, widespread across the area, but you would see some isolated pockets where you could get between 40 and 50 millimeters, but we're upping that now, especially as we move into Saturday and Sunday. We're expected to see some 80 millimeters of rainfall isolated across sections of Jamaica for both days.
All right, all those numbers sound like a whole heap to me, but again, put it in context for us. Remind us of, for instance, a recent event that we had and how this compares.
Recently in the corporate area, I believe 2 weeks ago, we had what was about between 40 and 45 millimeters, essentially flood several roadways across the area.
Right.
If you move further west into the more rural areas, you would need about between 60 up to about 80 millimeters to do that type of damage. You can see that the drainage in rural areas is a lot better than in the corporate area where you have more concrete.
Right.
So that amount of rainfall could be affecting most of southern parishes with some flooding. Some flooding.
But you're saying there's a possibility we might be seeing up to 80 millimeters?
Yes, isolated.
So what that would do in somewhere like Kingston now?
Yeah, that's a significant amount of rain, especially and a significant amount of rain that is persisting, because the system with the slow movement, you're going to have cloudy conditions right through until maybe about Tuesday. So it's something to watch.
All right, so we run into that problem that I know I'm going to be talking to Stephen and Richard about, in terms of we have an already saturated soil.
Yes.
And then we're putting 80 millimeters of rain on top of that. That sounds like really serious potential flooding.
Yeah, flooding, landslides, potential, and rock falls in areas that tend to have rock falls, like through the junction, the gorge.
All right, hold on for me. I'm going to come back to you on this. Let me just, I want to release Romain so that he doesn't have to be here with us all night. So essentially, at this point, Romain, what is it looking like in terms of when we're going to start to rain?
The rainfall has already started across some areas. We did see some shower activity mainly across sections of Portland earlier this afternoon.
And
also
that's Tropical Storm Maria.
We do have outflow boundaries from the system already affecting, but not the main body of clouds. The main body of clouds, the heaviest activity tomorrow night, Friday, and Saturday. We're expecting it to be peaking around Sunday. That's when the system is expected to develop into a possible major hurricane.
So the advice for people over the next few days now is what?
Continue to make your preparations. Also listen to the reports that are coming out of the media and coming out of the Meteorological Service and coming out of authority bodies.
All right. Thanks so much, Romain Robinson, talking to us there, meteorologist. And you can hear this is something that we really do need to keep an eye on.
Is it Melissa or Maria?
Melissa.
Okay. Because I hear Maria.
Oh, my apologies. If I'd said that, I'm mixing up my ends. It absolutely is Melissa. So, because, I heard somebody say we've already been meeting by Melissa already this year. You heard that?
Oh,
World champs. Oh. Sorry, people, but let's say you have to take back something. So I'll tell you what, let's go to the break and then come back. And then when we come back, we pick up with our guests and want to remind you as well of our WhatsApp line. It's 876-254-0693. That's WhatsApp 876-254-0693. Give us your first name, give us your general location, your questions, your comments, your concerns. We'll soon come.